Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture number 116. 116. Yes. We're going to employ the prisoners into different iron mines now, and we're going to set up a bus line for it. See how that goes, and how that fares, and so on. So the bridges and the roads have been finished. It's right here. We just need to grab ourselves one of the silly little one of these that just goes around and around up here right now. Grab the line. Say after Vraska Prison 2, you go to the first rehabilitation mine, and then after Vraska Prison, you go to the second one, and then after 3, you go to the first one again. And after the 4th, you go to that one. And after the 5th, you go to that one. That is the most What? Did I hit cancel? Once more. This is like the most basic setup I can think of. And then one could do it more complicated than this too, I guess. Sure. Could have it go go back to the prisons, have the same things multiple times in the list, but no. I think that this should suffice. Do we get the bus coming down the mountain? There's one. 18 prisoners on board. I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's not a bad view that they get down here. If you're scared of heights, this might be a little bit problematic. But only the best engineering that has gone into this. Very sturdily built bridge. It takes them a little while to go down there. We could speed up. If you want to see the effect that this has quicker, then high speed is preferable. You went that way. They're all going down. Oh, that one went that way. There we go. Oh, spreading out. It's working. Fantastic. Still have quite a bit more of a queue though on the first mine than the second one. So far. Nah. This will have to settle in for a bit before we can make any judgment calls on it for certain. Most certainly so. The only problem is that there are only 58 prisoners about in each and every prison. 50, 60, something thereabouts. Yes, that's not going to cover the work that is necessary. I don't know what to do about that. We could release all the prisoners and maybe have a crime wave. Do we want to do that? That sounds stupid and dangerous. Probably is. This is great though. These buildings have filled up now. Fantastic. should make sure that there are plenty of kindergarten spaces available and school spaces available and also university. And now then we're back at this lovely situation with a lot of workers overflowing there, and we can put them into the mine. A few of them. And we have all these going. Yes, we do. That's great that we've regrown to that extent. We're still waiting for Utopia to regrow though, and that's all of this stuff, all the advanced industry is so dependent upon it. Doing just that, and it's not quite happening. One worker in the steel mill. How many passengers on a typical given train here? 74. Not a lot. Is there something you don't like? You can't get electronics and you can't visit the pub or tavern. But that's your own fault. This is sort of catch-22 since it is you that make both the beer and the electronics. Could we dump workers into this system from anywhere else? Possibly. Drop them off here. And have them go like, say, chemical plant. No connection is too distant, you say. Okay. Yeah, well, chemical plant, electrical components, and whatever this is, fabric factory. That seems fine. That seems like it's overstaffed, if anything. Can't be bothered bringing a bus here. We'll simply wait for the town to grow. I don't know why it is so slow. Is it because they don't get electronics or pub, tavern services? Maybe. They do get grumpy if they don't get electronics nowadays. That is true. I suppose we could buy a bit of electronics. We have like... How is it that we get electronics to the various establishments here? Radio distribution, that's how we do it. You import for a while then. Citizens' happiness is too low. What the hell? Load electronics from the border. Citizens' happiness is too low. What's going on? 50%? Because you can't 346 want to go to the pub. Okay. Well, the pub is open and we have a bit of alcohol in stock. So it goes pretty quickly. Perhaps a second pub. Right next door to the nuclear power plant, maybe? Yeah, why not? But we have managed to cope with one pub previously, but okay, whatever. We put in a second one here. Somewhere. There, say. It doesn't really solve the problem with them not getting alcohol to the pub. Oh. 14 workers. We used to be at 7 previously, so that's going the right way, or the right, correct direction, and so on. Very good. Now I'm a bit curious to see here the mines, the rehabilitation mines, how they're doing. 100 workers in total. I think that's pretty good utilization considering the prison population is much smaller now than what it used to be. And it certainly looks better here. It looks like we have much better flow in the traffic rather than queuing going on. Can we get an idea of some of them have workers on board, some don't. Dum 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 dum. They are pretty criminally minded, some of them here. When they get in, then they get cured. Crime rate 2%, 1%, 2%, 2%, 2%. It's basically nothing. Very much manageable. Three citizens were unable to get food. It's just next doors. It's literally next doors. It's in the building just adjacent to yours. Huh. That happens every now and then. It's not too bad. See if the pub will not be finished quite yet, though. Maybe the street connection will be finished soonish. We're done with the paving, and now we just need to put up the street lighting. 5 work days. The building is on fire. The radio station. That's good that you put that out. You now have electronics in stock again, and maybe that will make you a little bit happier here. I hope. That you can get on with procreating and repopulating. The pollution so far from the nuclear power plant is negligible, more or less. Very good. Utopia is still unpolluted. It's the food factory is slightly polluting out here, but that's in safe enough distance. Right. Okay then. I think that this is also a very good, efficient way of doing it with the prisoners and the mine. Considering, if you look at his prisoners not working, 96% of them are not working, they say. I don't think so. I don't think that these numbers are correct. I don't trust them. Now maybe the street for the pub is finished so that we can start them on the actual pub. Oh. You need 5 workdays and 580 kilograms of asphalt to finish it. Why is that taking forever? I don't know, it's just this. We can. It's a bus coming, but there is no. There is no asphalt thing coming. Oh, they already had the asphalt apparently. We shall see about all the things. I mean, as far as the People's Petroleum Prefecture goes, I've said this for since like episode 50, I think, that it is feature complete, and the frame rate is so damn low now. But yes, new hardware that should be arriving in maybe a few days or something. Hopefully. If the global supply chain works itself out, which it is certain to do. What could we do more here if we wanted to do something? Because this to do water and sewage, you'd have to start anew, and I don't want to start anew until I've had a look at what they have done for self-build enforced by the game. Not just your own stringency. Also, this water thing, I'm not sure it adds a whole lot of fun to the gameplay. Maybe, but yeah, it's not a difficulty level. Couldn't call it a hard challenge if you don't have it enabled, I suppose. Yes, but it feels very half-baked at the moment. Very half-baked. Then I've only given it an hour and tried throwing it onto this. That didn't go well at all. They died pretty quickly. Yeah, start anew. That would have to be vanilla cosmonaut mode. But if that turns out to be rubbish, or a disappointment, maybe, because I don't think that they've actually solved the catch-22 problem with how to make a concrete plant without concrete and how to make an asphalt plant without asphalt. I think they've actually solved that. I think that just include them buildings pre-built or something, and then disable the auto, these buttons. Doesn't really matter then. No, does it? That was the only bragging rights that I was able to play Soviet Republic on cosmonaut mode. Yes, but I've done that here. Just by the honor system, since the functionality was not in the game. Utopia workers, yes. Oh, serious crimes are being committed, and crimes in general being committed here in Utopia. Why? Why are crimes being committed in Utopia? 3%, 2%, 4%, 2%. "17 workers without job." I really don't get this. Just go to the goddamn train station and you won't be without job. Guaranteed. And all of you can, all except, no, all of you can go to the train station. Three workers on that one, great. 160 on that one, that's better. Check on the orphans maybe a little bit. I don't think that the orphan situation shouldn't be that bad since the oil refinery is not running at incredibly high rates lately. Though it's not, shouldn't be that polluted maybe. Sick children here. No ambulance is coming to get. Unfortunate, but this we're coping quite alright at the orphanages. Workers in total. Yes, that was the new bus line for the rehabilitation mines, now in plural. Making iron, for making steel or for selling as is. This one sells as is 24,126 tons. Okay then. Did we? What happened with the storage here for the farms? Plenty. We have. As the sun rises on yet another day, on the 2nd of June of 2019, we're catching up with reality and present day. That if nothing else is a sure sign to quit. Yeah, well, to just digress a little bit. What more could we do? There's plenty of untapped oil reserves. And there is a plan for a second oil refinery that's always been in. I think most of the plumbing should even be there for it. But until we can keep this in full swing, not really a point to it. And for the moment, we're pumping a whole lot more oil than we can refine. But that's something that could be done, expanding. To take all the oil out. Oh, I don't know. Uranium, we do that. Enough. Bauxite, aluminium, no. Coal, we do take care of that. Iron, do take care of that. There is the advanced industry, the engineering industry, building cars and so on, but I always do that. There's no point. This is the Petroleum Prefecture. We sell petroleum products. We don't need to bother with complicated things. We're so rich anyways. Yes, we have the petroleum products. We don't need to care. Oh. another town somewhere, but this is not just to throw up a town, they also need to something to do. Not just for the sake of it. And we have no more industries to get into. 42 workers without a job. 100 citizens could not visit the pub or tavern. Is your pub or tavern finished? Yes, it is. Should make sure that you have a little bit of distribution to it as well. Add new connection. There. It's just that we're so behind on this alcohol situation that is no good. Four tons in stock. It sounds like it should be plenty, but enough. You see 20 workers now. This is going in the right direction. Yes, this is going to work itself out here soon enough. For the moment, we're importing electronics, which feels a bit so, because it's expensive as hell. 6 tons, 500,000. Well, we have 20 billion. Yes, but it's also a matter of pride. Yes, but until such time that they have procreated to build staff, this bit better. This looks a whole lot better, actually. But the plastics factory is missing chemicals. How could it be missing chemicals? I don't know, they should be pushed into here, and this has worked before. You even have chemicals in your export storage here. Maybe it needs to overflow before it ends up in this one. Now you're not missing chemicals. Now I have a little bit. 50 kilograms. Or however it is working now, I don't know. The important bit is that it's working, and we're making electronics. Lovely. Yes, we have a little bit of electronics in the warehouse too. And a little bit of clothing. I hope that we don't end up in a poor situation with the clothing. We don't want that. No. That's clothing distribution, radio distribution. Should we stop importing already? We continue importing for a little bit to make sure that we can catch up and are not held back by a lack of electronics. Should we import alcohol too? Since we can't seem to make it fast enough. 6 workers. Come on, people. Plenty of workers in the food factory, which is a good thing. But just maybe if you could spare a few for the brewery as well, wouldn't be a bad thing. No, it wouldn't. No, but ladies and gentlemen, I have overstayed here. We just wanted to see that the bus line was working, and it is working. So, I thank you so very much for watching, and wish you a good a night as possible. Good night.